tired living in New York City.
Yes, I can't feel the beat.
My body can't take the cold anymore. For carnival I must be home for sure. My body I can't ignore. All I want is sweet soca music. All I want is sweet ragga music. All I want is sweet steel band music. All I want is sweet Caribbean music. Come down.
Let me hear the tenor play.
Come down.
Let me wine and dingle leg.
Come down.
Let's not play the thing I say.
Come down.
I'm feeling to break
Come is the
away.
music and me right, music all the time, music night and day, music come to play, music come to stay, music dingle, music just to break away. Me say I come and dance, so me know me look fine. Me come here to party, me come here to wine. Nobody here can stop up this red, 'cause me partying till me wet. Me say, okay, if it's party you want, it's party gonna get. Tony Press Clutch. Yeah.
I really miss the bacchanal breeze.
Miss them back.
6 long months I can rest with ease.
But I can't take it.
I feel in the rhythm inside my brain. To me like this thing driving me insane. Lord, I must get the first plane. All I want is sweet soca music. All I want is sweet ragga music. All I want is sweet steel band music. All I want is Caribbean music. Come down,
Let me hear the tenor play.
come down,
Let me wine and dingle leg.
come down,
Let's not play the thing I say.
come down.
I'm feeling to break away.
I come to play, I come to party up night and day. I come to jump the African say. I come to jump up and break away. Come and say, jump around with the African say. Jump around with the steel band play. Jump around till the night and day. Jump around what you say, what you say, what you say, say.
Oh, lie,
Okay.
oh, lie, oh, lie. I gotta go, I can't take no more.
Jump around, me jump like a West Indian. Jump around, me jump like an African.
I gotta go,
Jump in with soca and jump around, come and come.
I can't take no more.
Blaze up the fire in a Mount Zion studio. For this carnival is pure righteousness. Everyone enjoy yourself having a good carnival. Whoa, whoa. Everybody, come on, come on, come on. For this carnival, no one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In amigo we now. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In ami forwarding. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. Them a come with the oobiao, and them got no satisfaction. Them a come with the Illuminati, same thing a one in a Babylon. Them a come with the witchcraft, and them got no satisfaction. Them a come with the Baphomet, same thing a one in a Babylon. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In amigo we know. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In ami forwarding. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. When them come to eat up my flesh, they shall tumble and fall. Any weapons right get high shall no prosper in the time of trouble. Jah is my shield. No one, no one, no one, no one. Jah Almighty, no one can give satisfaction. Jah Jah alone, Jah Jah alone. No one can give satisfaction. Jah Jah alone, Jah Jah alone. In amigo we know. Jah Jah alone, Jah Jah alone. In ami forwarding, Jah Jah alone, Jah Jah alone. Them a come with them oobiao, and them got no satisfaction. Them a come with the Illuminati, same thing a go on in a Babylon. Them a come with them witchcraft, and them got no satisfaction. Them a come with them Baphomet, same thing a go on in a Babylon. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In amigo we know. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In ami forwarding. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. No one can give satisfaction. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In amigo we know. Jajaralo, Jajaralo. In ami forwarding. Jajaralo, Jajaralo.
Forgive them, Lord, for they don't know what they have done. He called me, I tell them, Galvanize, 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 galvanize. 'Cause it's my fun, it's my style, and I know people running, screaming, rain, thunder, lightning, storm. Tell them there will be no harm. Rain, thunder, lightning, storm. People asking us going on. Rain, thunder, lightning, storm. Tell them there will be no harm. Rain, thunder, lightning, storm. So when you hear the breeze blow, hold on, no let go, 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 breeze blow. When everybody start to wave, tsunami, 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 make a wave, tsunami, 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 I start to wave, tsunami, 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 For there is a wind of change, it blowing through the Spice Island. Listen to the people, Mr. PM. Don't play with the Canadian people, cause the wind is turning around. At all.
Like all you did only plan how to win. And after that all you can't do a thing. At all, poor people balling, they can't eat a meal. So what? It's like all you deaf and can't hear that still. Still waiting for one project to take off. Like it's only Nazim how them could start. But prepare yourself and bang your belly, cause the wind turn around heading back for me. So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country balling, it's sick. We want kids, we want kids. So they need a doctor to come fix it. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young men out on the block. Man, they say they're tired of the old talk. Listen to them, every day is blah, 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 blah. That alone, and they can't see action to back it up. Oh, Lord. Woo!
I say be careful, the wind turning around. Be careful.
Woo! PM like the whole country on a halt. Like your cabinet brain lock in a vault.
It looks so.
Teachers pondering on what they go do. The bushing program, all you cut that too.
Poor people, sir.
600 million as they say you have. Why you still living for people to starve? No talk about corruption anymore. Don't fool on yourself, but the people know.
They know, they know.
So I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids, we want kids. And they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. All you know, all you lie and cheat. We want kids, we want kids. But payback is a son of a whole. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the young ladies in the tongue. Listen to them, they say they're tired of run around. Listen to them, still waiting for some good to come.
Where is it? We're waiting.
Still them and their children born in the sun. Oh Lord, Lord.
Be careful, sir. Don't play with the Canadian people.
The wind turn around. Woo!
Open your eyes, sir.
Listen to us, sir. We healthcare system, well, that's in array. Don't talk, no medication, so them nurses say.
Be careful, sir.
Unemployment, well, that gone up sky high. Too high, too high. CCC coming back, that was a lie. Big lie, big lie. Plenty people now, they living like bat. Afraid to see a meet a man when he pass. They say they can't wait for another year. Keep playing your deaf and all you can't hear. Listen, but I said the wind of change, it blowing in the next direction. Man, the wind of change, it blowing back where you came from. Hear the people out on the streets. We want kids, we want kids. Man, they say they're tired, they can't take it. We want kids, we want kids. Man, the country groaning in pain. We want kids, we want kids. They will never make that mistake again. We want kids, we want kids. Hear the old people, them at home. My granny, they say right now they feel so alone. Don't leave them outside. They thought that I was coming to them.
What happened to the pension?
But it's like they end up in more problems. More problems, problems. Listen to the voice of the people. Listen to the voice of the people. Listen, sir. The wind turn around, sir.
We want kids.
Don't play with the Grenadian people. Don't.
We want kids. 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 We want kids.
The other day, everybody singing one song. What is the election coming there? You know who they're voting for. You have a kind of chorus they were singing.
Let me hear.
If NDC win again, we crying. If NDC win again, we balling. If NDC win again, we crying. Oh, Lord. Even they say when again we ballin'. I know.
Me pan Natili meet me, I tell you he vex like hell. He says Spider Grenadians go vote back Dr. Mitchell. I said till he 5 years now you there, you don't have to vex. And Grenadian people are stupid, they know where to put the X and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Lord, who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan,
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
instead of NDC walking to build the country. Look how they fighting like dog and cat in their own party. Some NDC supporters say they can't take no more. And they make Tillman get so vexed. Till the fire Joe and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan,
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting? Even they say when again we crying. Even they say when again we ballin'. Even they say when again we crying. Oh Lord. Even they say when again we ballin'. I know.
NDC say a wind of change was coming in the country. Some people was so sad, some was real happy. If you thought Ivan and Yamali was the worst thing you see, they say NDC is the worst change to hit the country and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan,
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
Tilly afraid to call it the casino NMP go win. 5 years now they in power and they don't do nothing. Joe don't get ball out already, Uncle Bossing go win. Man we fed up, let the chorus come in. No cookie eye, no cookie eye.
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan,
Who you voting? Tell me, who you voting?
What? We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We are the winning team. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. Grenada in Shida is our. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. You don't see everybody sour. We will deliver. That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. You don't know. People wanted change, so we give them change. No, it's big horrors. They wanted dollars. Unemployment high, for people up slow. For this country grow, and the sea must go. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. Grenada in Shida is our. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. NNP will deliver. You don't see everybody sour. We will deliver. That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. 4 years no investment, can't see no betterment. Only promising, but nothing happening. Well, how me country run is of great concern. Grenada fall down, so let Jonah return. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. Oh, you mean? We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. NNP will deliver. You don't see everybody sour. We will deliver. That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. Bola made MNP and Bola. Larry's Modest, Boston and Delma.
Who again?
Nimrod, Clement and Oliver.
Who again?
Clifton, Boeing, Alexandra.
15?
Nicky still W, me brother.
I said 15.
And we not have as the Prime Minister. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
Oh, you mean?
NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. Grenada in Shida is our. We will deliver. Poverty rising by the hour. NNP will deliver. You don't see everybody sour. We will deliver. That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver.
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
We are the LNP. LNP will deliver. Grenada Inshida is our. We will deliver.
Okay, some people asking for one more. I'm going to touch one more in about go step it down a notch, yeah? I'm saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the various mediums. Those of you joining us via 91.9, 91.5 FM, Real FM broadcasting out there in beautiful, wonderful St. Patrick. We say a special, glorious Grenadian good night to each and every one of you.
I know who I voted for. LNP I voted for. Tell me who you voted for.
So saying a special good night to all of you. You're listening also via We Noise Radio 94.9 out there in Brooklyn.
Let's get moving. Construction.
Those of you listening via the online mediums, whether you're listening to Real FM online, you're listening to Noise Radio online, you're listening to Talking Points online, we say a special good night to each and every one of you. Good night to you, my good friend Wade.
Show me your colors. Let's get moving. Your great colors.
And let me see who is on the live tonight. Gertrude Abraham, that's the first name I pick up there. Good night to you, my dear. And let me see Hillary Joseph. Alan Jones, good night to you, and a special good night to you, Zoe. I know Zoe is listening. So, well, with the rain and things, Zoe might go and sleep a little early. But good night, Zoe. Right? Zayla, good night to you. And yes, it's Exalia. Yeah, Exalia, good night to you too. Right, Lystra Abraham, good night to you. Veronica, I'm seeing Gavin, and this is over on YouTube. Agnes, Michelle Alexander, Marlon Panchu, Sherma Jeremiah. Yeah, let's jump up there. Phyllis Mitchell, good night to you. Mayana, Jacintha, Jerome, Kathleen, Wilfred, Kim Kiridland, Kathleen Knights, good night to you. Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, a special good night to you. Errol Bonaparte, Deborah Laborde, Alban Harris, good night. Clive, what you doing, brother? Nice. Stephen Simon, Jesse Sherry, Jen, Marilyn Ferguson, Faithlin Halley Douglas, Fitzroy, Philip. I'm seeing Vanessa Lalji, good night to you and the family. Elsie Peters, Matthew Boyne, good night. Cynthia Paris, good night. Janice Mitchell, all right, good night to you. Ivor Holas, Jackie Raymond, Gemma Warwood, I see ya. April Fletcher, Christine Otley, Yolan Pariak, Earl Benjamin, Angie, Hermina Batiste, Lydia Isaac, Denise Joseph, Dominic. Hey, brother. Good seeing you, man. Dominic Antoine, good night to you. Natalia, Tati, what's up with you and the family? Maud, good night to you. Eliza, good night to you. Maria, Anastasia, Dave, good night to you. Hillary Grenard, good night to you. Wendy, good night. Baby Daddy, Amanda Moses, good night to you. Public Notice, let me see who else is there. Sky is there. Earl Benjamin, Stephanie John is there. Kester, Victor, Anna Barbara, Good Life, Robert Skashima, good night. And Andrews, Daisy Andrews, Sandra Pascal. You see, all you keep tying me up to pronounce that name on Sandra. Okay, Xavier. I think I pronounced it properly now. Xavier. Are you giving me real problems? Send the child middle name for me. I'll call her by she middle name. I know I'm going to get it when she sees me. And those of you over on Facebook, I'm seeing Dennis Patrick. I'm seeing Revin. Good night, bro. Faith. Good night. Dennis. And I'm seeing Donna. I'm seeing Nakisha, Nicole, Landon. Dancing as usual. Nakisha. Good night, Bernadette. Laurette, Delicia, Sherms, good night. I know I must see Crystal dancing inside there. Crystal, good night. Kenisha, Anne, Erla, Delicia, Sharon, good night. Let me see who else is there. Susan, good night to you. Sandra, good night to you. Maudlin, Shawnell, and let me see. And Nakisha, good night to you. And, oh yeah, I've seen a lot of you all there. I'm starting to get tied up now. Yes, so watch. Joyce, Philip, everybody, good night. Nice? Good. We taking it from there, we going like that? Nice. Let me just try a look at something here and get everything in order. Nice.
Somebody wave your hands and give it praise. Say, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Grenada, what you say?
It's a rainy night in Grenada.
Sit down, we can't sit down.
Bit of thunder and lightning a little earlier.
Sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Do you know why? For all he has done.
Let me say a special good night to those of you out there in Carriacou.
He even dropped the
And let me let you all know earlier, tomorrow night from 8, yes, from 8 p.m., we will be having an interview with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell from 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It's going to be aired not just on Talking Points, but on various media, major radio stations, etc. from 8 p.m. So Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, he'll be on from 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, yeah, Mr. Oliver Joseph, he's going to be on GBN to the point. So, yeah, you can call in and so on. Because, you know, other people like to call in and talk nonsense. When this man is going to speak intelligent, have an intelligent conversation, you just have people that have been organized. From the time we're saying tonight, yes, Honorable Oliver Joseph is going to be on GBN tomorrow from 9, not from 8, from 9 a.m. Right, you know they're going to set up people to just call and talk nonsense. It shows several things. It shows that they're incapable of having a proper discussion on whatever issue he's going to speak on. He may be speaking on economic matter or security matters or whatever. But it shows the incapacity of the individuals who call into these programs to be rude to discuss the issues at hand. In other words, to say it nicely, they're too dunce to have a conversation in relation to what he's speaking about. So they oftentimes try to shift the conversation onto other things. Yeah? So Honorable Oliver Joseph, I still say honorable for all of them, will be on tomorrow from 9 a.m. on GBN with the To The Point program. So you all can tune in for that. There's a sitting of the Senate that's going to be taking place on Wednesday. That should be interesting. So a Senate sitting taking place on Wednesday. All right. And we have things to talk about tonight, you know. The phone lines, it is Monday. So, of course, the phone lines are open from the beginning. You can call at any point in time. But the phone lines are open. So you can call 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. So you can call either or. Nice. Right. And remember, you can call on WhatsApp on 440-7377. You can call us on WhatsApp on that number as well. All right? Great. Nice. Just making sure everybody know. Nice. So you can call at any time because it is Monday.
He took the walk for you and me. Then they nailed him to a tree. No, me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down. Excuse me. What do you say? Me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Listen to me. So no matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see I know I have the victory. So I can't sit down.
Good night to you, Shamaine Ragbasing. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight.
The Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies.
Kathy Albert, I hope that you're okay. I hope everything is all well and okay with you. I haven't heard you for the day.
No, me can't sit down.
Patricia and Matthew out there in Canada. My good friend Ian in Canada. Thank you.
I refuse. He's been good to me.
Hey, and folks, yeah, we had been speaking before of doing a little drive and trying to help students going back to school with school items and so on. And I'm just going to give you all an update on what has been taking place. Through the donations, the local $5 and $10 people have been giving, and we have been able to put together, we have been able to purchase some items, right? So we have been able to purchase some, and some have been donated by some wonderful people who donate, and they say they don't want their name called. So I'm not allowed to call their names, but they have donated. And I'm going to show you some of what we have in a short while. Let me take the, okay, I missed that call, but let me see if I get this one. Yeah, so I'm going to show you all in a short while some of what we've been able to secure so far for our back to school drive. And let's take this call. Good night. Hello. Hi, caller. Go right ahead. You're live.
Evening, Sheldon. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good, good.
All right. Go
Tell
right
me,
ahead.
you have anything on the NIS pension?
What
You have any?
specifically would you like to know about it?
All right. What happens is that, all right, normally the pension is paid by the 23rd of the month.
Mm-hmm.
So like how this month run, you would have got your pension by about Thursday for the
Thursday
So
last week.
I'm a recipient. Yeah, I'm a recipient. I went to the bank, the ATM Thursday, nothing. Friday, nothing. Saturday, nothing. Sunday, nothing. Today, nothing. So I went into NIS with my ID and whatnot, and I inquired. The young lady went on the computer, and she said this stuff was sent to the bank on Thursday. So I went back to the bank, and the bank told me they have received nothing from NIS. Up to date, they have received nothing from NIS.
So now
So I
people
don't
are
know
having
what's
problem
going on.
receiving the NIS pensions.
NIS pension, yes. I'm speaking from what happened to me. And it's a couple of years now I receive a pension. And that never happened before. Today is the 24th. You normally get it by, well, where the 23rd would have been Sunday. You would have received it by about Thursday. And the young lady told me she sent the monies to the banks on Thursday. So I went back to the bank and inquired, and they told me they have received nothing from NIS.
Well,
And
that's
somebody
a
told,
very strange situation because I don't think the bank would lie on that because the thing is especially
no,
when it
the
comes to
bank didn't lie.
pension, as soon as they get that, they process the payments, huh?
One time, yes.
Even with the bank that was on strike, even though you had some of the workers on strike and so those particular departments, the people try, they say, well, okay, it's we own family, and so they try to process those things like near automatically because they have a list is sent over, it's being paid from the NIS account, so your accounts are credited same
Credited
time.
with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mine go to cooperative.
So it's not the
And
bank
know
with the
me,
strike.
and no, it's cooperative, and they know me. So when they ask me what they could do for me, I say, look, I have been a problem. And they say, sir, we have received nothing from NIS. I went back down there about 6 o'clock this afternoon, checked, nothing. But you see, when you have Mr. Telesford talking this rubbish in Parliament about the NIS is paying out much more than they receiving.
Mm-hmm.
A 4-year-old kid should know what happened there. Because if you send home over 3,000 workers, no money coming in from these workers to the NIS. Yeah? And then again, the Grenada population haven't grown for how long? The population need to be grown. When you have a prime minister putting VAT on sugar and taking out VAT on condoms, which means don't make children use condoms. So don't grow the population. And it's
And
not only
that's a valid
NIS
point.
experience problem. The lottery authority seem to be having some problems too. So we got to be mindful and keep an eye on that. But I'm speaking from experience. I'll check tomorrow again and see. But in my time of receiving pension, that never happened.
Wow.
So it's strange.
And,
But
and
the
in
guy
the
told me
same
some
week,
people got and some people didn't get.
and that's in the same week now that you have that the amendments being made to the pension, the NIS Act, addressing the issues of the age and the increase and that sort of thing.
But you see, Sheldon, my take on that, you could increase the age as much as you want. You could increase the contributions as much as you want. The NIS will go down, will be in trouble. You have to generate and have employment, create employment. Too much unemployment, so people not contributing. Mm-hmm. And when you increase your monthly contributions, and the employer have to pay X amount and the employee, you might find that certain people might have to go home from the employment place. So I don't think that is not the solving of that problem. Increasing age and increasing that's crap. So let me see how it all works out. But all for now, I'm I'm looking and I'm scared for NIS.
Yeah, because it is frightening what we're hearing there.
It is right.
It is
And
frightening what we're
I'm
hearing there.
talking for what happened to me. Nobody didn't tell me. Because since Thursday, I looking to get my little pittance. And nothing. And the bank informed me that nothing came in. And not only for me. There's a lot of other people who money come to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me nothing came in. So let's keep an eye.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All right,
Have a
my
good
brother.
night.
Thank you so very much.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, sir.
So I'm seeing several people are messaging and saying, some are saying that there seems to be a problem, a bank-to-bank problem, because apparently some payments are sent to Republic Bank where you were having the strike, that then has to be forwarded over to Corp Bank. That's what some of what I'm seeing is being said, but I don't know. So it might be important for NIS to say a little something, because if people expect to be paid by a particular time, then they make their provisions for that. We have a call online. Good night.
Yeah, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah, go right ahead.
I got something to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of the another one. You're the best talk show host in this country, no doubt.
I think they're better than me. They're many better than me, man.
You know what? You could talk. You talk good. You talk plain English, man. You talk all right. I give you credit on that. Even though me and you are not on the same baseball team, but you're the best talk show host, brother.
All right.
You're all right. You got skills. You got knowledge on that. I give you credit on that.
Okay,
Have
cool.
a good night, man.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
All right. Mhm. Yeah, 440-7377. And for those of you outside of Grenada, again, 347-329-3101. So some people are saying it could be an interbank problem because in the case of Cooperative Bank, remember, they were just in the process of taking over First Caribbean International Bank. Then you, at the same time, you also had what was taking place at Republic Bank. So I think it's important probably for the NIS just to let people know, because some of what was said in Parliament last week is very scary. Now, we have to understand several things here. We came out of the period of COVID 2020-2022 when you definitely had a lot of people that were no longer employed. Yeah? And therefore, NIS had to be paying out different things to some of these people. NIS has also now introduced unemployment benefit for those who are actively seeking work. You've lost your job within the last couple of years and now you're actively seeking work, right? You can and are actively seeking. There's an unemployment benefit that people can access from the NIS. And you also have the situation where during that period of COVID, they had to be paying out additional monies from the NIS. And so outside of what government was doing through things like the CES program and so on, and the different programs that the New National Party government at the time did to assist workers, those in the tourism industry, hospitality industry, not just tourists and so on, but hospitality industry and various other sectors. Now, with all of that, remember, some of the places who went down to a particular level have still not come back up to that, even in 2023. So they have less workers in the system. And then when you have some of what has been taking place within the last year, remember, you have all the people who were under the program there, the faith program, that were no longer engaged. Those people were paying NIS. You have all of the security people. Some of them have been brought back into the system, but many of them have not. They were paying NIS. You have the many people who were in the housing brigades, yeah, the environmental wardens and so on, in all the constituencies who were sent home, who were making their own contributions to the NIS, who are now unemployed. Yeah? So with that, you would definitely expect less money. And imagine, they're still saying less money is coming into the NIS, and you're talking about this at a point in time that we have an additional amount being paid between the employee. It's not just the employee paying, but the employee and the employer. There's an additional percentage there that's shared between both of them, which should have meant that more money was coming into the NIS. But even with that, the report is that the NIS is paying out more money than they're taking in. Even with the increase, they're paying out more money than they're taking in, and you're still ending up in a situation now where they have to be breaking deposits, which means this is the point in time you seriously need to look at investments as well. Because, okay, you increase the age, right, so people work for longer, that's one thing. You increase the amount that people are going to be paying into the NIS incrementally over a 5 or 10 year period, that's one thing. But outside of money coming in, how are you investing the money that the NIS has now so that you can grow that $5 into a $50? You can grow that $20 that the worker puts inside there into a $200. What are the investments? How is the NIS utilizing the funds that are within the NIS right now to ensure that people who are paying now could receive their money later down? Yeah, because the monies that we are paying in now is what is paying for people who have been there for a long period of time and they retired and so now, or in some instances, benefits like maternity or paternity benefits and so on. Yes, you could get maternity or paternity. One or the other can apply and get that. So all of those benefits have to be paid out. So if you're doing that, people putting money into the NIS alone won't do it. You definitely have to expand the portfolio when it comes to investment, which is why it was so important what the trade unions were saying earlier this year, that the composition of that investment committee was not being done properly. I have not heard them speak on it again. I'll ask some questions. So I don't know if that problem has been addressed. And when I'm speaking about investment, it's whether they're going to buy shares in a company or something that would bring back in dividends, bring back in money into the NIS, so that you take a 2 million and you make a 5 or 6 million off of it. Then you take that 6 million, you take out a 3 from it, you invest that, and you make that into another 6 million or whatever it is. So just that the investment part of things is very important. The other thing the caller before mentioned when he spoke about the no VAT on condoms and that sort of thing. Now, he's referring to the fact that we need to grow the Grenadian population. That has been said. I remember Nazim Burke saying that when he was Minister of Finance, that the Grenadian population needs to increase. I specifically remember him saying that. I've heard now the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Mr. Timothy Antwine, I've heard him say that on several occasions when he was the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Finance and so, that we definitely need to expand. We need to increase the population of Grenada needs to be increased. Yeah? So whatever safe measures that can be put in place to assist with that need to be looked at as well. Because once you have more people and you have more people working, you will have more money going into the NIS. So you shouldn't be taking measures right now to try to reduce the Grenadian population, but taking measures right now to help increase the population safely. Again, I keep using that word, safely increase and incrementally increase the Grenadian population. All right? 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. So I was saying to some of you, to you all earlier, I would like to thank all of the individuals who have been donating and trying to assist with the program. There are some folks that donated some items, some bags and different things like that. And there are others who donate a little 5, a little 20 and different things. This is what we've been able to put together thus far. These are just some of the things that we've been able to put together thus far. We'd like to do a lot more. One individual donated a pile of bags and they just say, Shalon, pass with a bag and collect some bags. Yeah? And I don't want my name call. Just come and get it. So you're seeing some of the bags there. I've been able to put what you're seeing on the tables there. I've been able to put some of that into those bags and so we will be able to give some students some notebooks, pencils, pens, crayons, erasers, sharpeners, those kind of things, basic, simple things, we'll be able to give some of the students. So we have been doing, and we hope to do a lot more coming up in the next month or two. We want to be able to do a lot more. So those of you that can assist, you all know what to do. All right? Those of you that can assist, and we don't necessarily need you to give cash. If you could just get some books or something like that. Yes, some notebooks. I'm really hoping to get some geometry sets. Yeah, especially for the children in secondary school. Some of the kits I've set up here are more primary school oriented. Yes, they can use it in secondary school, but more primary school oriented. But if we can get some geometry sets and those sort of things, rulers and those things that we can give to the children for the secondary school level as well. And I would like also for those of you that can reach out to me, you all know the number to WhatsApp, 440-7377, and let us know, because we have a limited amount. It's not like we have hundreds. Yeah? It's not like we have hundreds. We have a limited amount. We don't even have as much as 30. All right? But we're trying to see how much we can get. So those of you that know of a child that's really in need, I will repeat, a child that is really in need, let us know. Yeah? We don't want to be doing this thing willy-nilly. So those of you that know of a family that is really in need, or has a child or children that are really in need, that we can drop off a bag or two to that family, or you might be able to give at least one, because we want to make sure if you have 3 families, at least you could give a bag to each or something like that. Whatever it is, let us know. WhatsApp us on the 440-7377. All right? And let us know so that we can get in contact and organize and drop off what we could drop off and so on. Yeah, on this program, when we're talking about these things, we're trying to help. Yeah, we ain't just talking thing here. We're trying to help as well. So I'd like to congratulate all of you that has helped us to get to that stage thus far. There's something else that we're working on, and I know my good friend is, you know his name called, so I can't even call his name, is wondering because he wants to start something on a weekly basis. I will get in contact with you, my brother. I did see the missed call from you. I have been working on it. We will get that started at least by next week. Not this week, but we'll be able to start that by next week, definitely. All right? I know you don't want your name called, so I ain't calling your name. But you know, I know you're listening, and I know the wife listening. I know if you are listening, the wife listening. So definitely by not this Saturday, but by next Saturday, we'll be able to start that. Folks, 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. 440-7377. Give us a call.
Despair, wanting me to sing about your suffering, people struggling, a struggler like me, and those who need to hear how much do they care when they
Okay, I'll try to sort out that issue with the callers. I'm just seeing one of the messages there that you all are having some problems hearing the callers. Okay, I'll try to fix that. Yeah.
I continue to be indebted. Your desire, my command. But can a government?
Good night, caller.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Camille.
Good night to the Grenadian people.
Camille Teresa Scott.
Yes, full name. I'm just listening to you there.
Mm-hmm.
Shalon, he has some people. Shalon. They have bags, they have books for the children, and they will still come and say they don't have. You have to know the people that really need to give that bag and this exercise. Otherwise, I ain't taking no part in it. Because we have some people that just bad mind. I have to say it. Because I see that happen to me already. They have one, they still come and take. So we have to give a child that his parent is not working and they really need a school bag. Some people want to have 2 and 3 bags for the child. That will not happen.
Of course
Somebody
it
is really in need. The mother and the father are not working, and we will help these people.
Say it again,
Otherwise,
Cammy. Say it again for me, please. Cammy.
Because I know some of us is.
Cammy.
That happen.
Say it again for me. Some people that are really
Some
in need.
people that is really in need.
Right.
They're really in need of that back for the child. The reason why I'm saying so tonight, that happened to me already.
Mm-hmm. It's
It
happened to me as well.
Many times. Every year, I come here to just God give out things to parents, and they have. And they still take it. And then you have parents when they come, they don't have anything to give their children. So all who are listening, make sure that you have cannot afford, because you have a lot of people in this country that is in need. And I put up myself to help. Do not come and take the bag on the exercise and say, oh, you don't have. Because I know, I see that happen to me, children, Scott, many times.
Mm-hmm.
And here, where you call out tonight and you show them, they come in. I was sure I believe because I don't know if I like it. Because I know some of the lawyers operate. And you have things that ready in it. So parents tonight who's listening, you have to come. You don't have no money, and we're trying to help you to child go to school.
Yeah, just be honest.
And
Just
you
be
know
honest
that.
on it. If they really need, come. Or if
Lord
somebody
and
knows.
flesh.
Yeah.
I want nobody to like me. That's what we did. A lady come and tell me a time she not nothing. She walking. And then she man that send her to beg. I make her bag of groceries. Then I bring the man put her in that bag of groceries. And then she starved. She may start walking. And that was nice. That was me hard against some people not to help.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're lying. They're not honest. They're not honest. And it's for people like me and you that put our $5 in that little brown envelope to get that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And some good people in this country. So I don't know. Are you better know how you coming?
Some people is the last $5 they given to do this thing, so we want to make sure it's done properly.
People, Mr. Scott,
Yeah.
I know they're struggling, and they put a 5,
Mm-hmm.
they put a 10, and I had it there tight up there. So let this thing happen. So they better come good. Have a good night.
And
to everybody.
so we come, so we take it and we buy what we have to buy and put it there one time.
Yes.
So we make
So
sure.
that's come well
Right.
good. Because all this time, I will put up my. Don't worry. Anyhow, that's for poor children, that parents that is really struggling like me out, Have a good night, everybody.
All right, Kavi. Yes, and again, we're going to say it again. People who really need. All right? People who really, really need. Because we know, we know it are some people, they don't need it, but they come in and they're thinking, yeah, oh gosh, give me one. Use me boy. And we cool. Yeah, we cool and everything like that. But still, yeah, let's leave it for who really needs it. We want to make sure that who really needs it are the ones that get it, all right? Because there are people who I know they take out their last look of $5 and so, and they give to try and help to get this done, and we want to make sure that it is done properly. All right? Also, folks, for those of you out there in the U.S., yeah, for those of you that are out there in the U.S., yeah, the On Point Foundation, they're having their normal back-to-school drive. They do this on a yearly basis to assist schools in Grenada. So they collect different items and so they also collect notebooks, pencils, stationery, different things like that. And they get them to different schools down here so that they can get to the needy students, all right? So just remember, when you're up there in Brooklyn and them different places in the States there, right? Nice. All charitable donations are welcome and are tax deductible. That's for them all in the States. We ain't talking about down here. Right? So you can contact Kathy. You see her number there, 347-262-6818. That's Kathy at 347-262-6818. And Patricia at 917-626-6858. We're going to put it up a little later in the program again, or you can always watch the program over. You can just scroll to that part and you'll get the numbers there, but we will put it up a little later during the program again. So that's the On Point Foundation. Yeah, nice. Yeah, we ain't having no much $100 fet and all kind of thing because we want to drink whiskey and that kind of thing. Yeah, if I need them kind of things, so I'll call a family member of mine and I go say so is the case, and I could guarantee you, yeah, they go sort out them kind of things, so, right? Nice, yeah. So we ain't going and ask people to send nothing for us because we want to lime and we want to this and that. Now, we ain't have time for them kind of thing. All right? Yes, we are family members. If we head hot us, they come in and check on us one time. Nice. 440, you had to see it. 44073. And Molan, 4407377. That's the number for you to call. 347-329-3101. You can give us a call and let us know what's taking place in your neck of the woods. All right. Also, folks, let me just kill what I have in the back here. Several months ago, we had a discussion about the fact that there is one government minister owing over $2 million to the state of Grenada in taxes. So recently, an envelope appeared again because, I don't have access to their thing in the Ministry of Finance. So I want to ask some questions tonight. I want to ask the Honorable Andy Williams. I want to ask some questions of him. I'd like to ask him if there is any truth to this document, because of course we do not want to be uttering a false or forged document. So we would like to know if in truth and in fact he does owe the state of Grenada $487,972.25 in annual stamp tax. That as of July. No, he owes that. We'd like to know. Yeah, we'd really like to know if that is the case. Because remember, there's a tax amnesty on. This is an individual who they claim is 300,000 they get from GDB and so on. But that individual, their business, that they think, right, still owes the state of Grenada $487,972.25. So that is inclusive. If they were to pay it off right now, they could save themselves the penalty. They could save themselves the interest. Yeah? If they were to pay right now. But we ain't like, what really going on, brother? You ain't looking to, we want to know. Because, it's kind of funny that a government-affiliated bank would give a loan to an individual who is owing the state of Grenada such large sums of money. So we're asking now because we're seeing that, there are penalties for several years there, you understand? There are times that thing wasn't even, no information for that period of time, all kind of weird things. So we want to know because remember, this is increasing on a daily basis. Yeah, so it's already past this figure now. This figure may have been up to last week when they dropped the envelope. So I'm just asking if that is the case when it comes to the tax liabilities of the Honorable Minister. Yeah, when it comes to annual stamp tax, it was a little lower the last time we talked, but it's, remember, every day interest is added on. So it's the interest in this case is now at $295,886.08. All right, that's when it comes to annual stamp tax. And we also want to know when it comes to corporate income tax, because we hearing some things there too. $1,881,262.53. I'm asking, is it a situation that money is still owed in corporate income tax? And then I'm hearing there's an issue when it comes to the thing called VAT as well. Yeah? So I'm wondering if the Honorable Minister has been paying, if you've been paying VAT, because you're collecting VAT, isn't it? Yeah, you're collecting VAT. And if the VAT isn't being paid, according to the Minister of Finance, that is theft. If the VAT is being collected by a business and not being paid to the government of Grenada, that is considered as theft. So I'm wondering if that, because you never know, I might be able to shoot in relation to that too, but for now we're talking about the corporate income tax and we're talking about the other thing there. So I'm just asking these questions Just for some clarity, because I got some information over the weekend. You know, them brown envelope does drop and all kind of thing. Because that other brown envelope I ain't open yet. Yeah, right now they tell me I have to check properly to see if it's a powder on the outside and all kind of thing. You understand? So I had to go and check and so to make sure that all of that is okay. So we're just asking the Honorable Minister to clarify in relation to that, what the situation is. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. 347-329-3101, that's the other number for you who are out there in the diaspora. You're in North America, whether you're in Canada or you're in the US, to give us a call. Nice.
Those tinted glass, they look out, but they refuse to see. I continue to be indebted. Your desire, my command. But can a government be impacted by a mere Calypsonian? They want their Calypso king to be a liberator. Alright. Give me melody and words and a voice, and I will go there. But left to me alone, I would not dare. Oh no. The flesh.
Well, you all know they would come under the live to try and detract and distract and all sorts of things. And we're speaking here about over $2 million, aren't we? Yeah, so we're just asking a question because, I mean, they could save themselves having to pay the $2 million and pay 500 and something thousand now, you know. But anyway, we won't get to that. We have a caller online. Good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how are you?
How are everything?
I'm quite fine. Go right ahead. You're live.
Brother Sheldon, the road open, yeah. The road open because if you own all that money before you become a minister, and you get a money from the Grand Development Bank of $2.7 million. So party minister again, we're waiting to get money again to pay all them things.
Well, no, what I'm saying here is that it endangers the loan from the GDB.
Yeah.
Because what can happen here, because if you're using your properties or whatever, as they've stated, as the security, remember the words of the Minister of Finance, who happens to sit in the same cabinet as the individual. If you do not clear up your principal amount by December 31st, they will be forced to take serious action, and they have no problem taking serious action, which may include having to seize your properties and so the same properties that you're using as security for the GDP loan. So that's what I'm getting at here. It's not just many people, a lot of people owe on land and different things. And many people maybe even calling or listening to this program now. They'll owe on their land tax and different things like that. So the minister is no different in that sense. But I'm saying it endangers the GDP loan where we're talking a couple million in it. We're talking about it endangers that. And if you've taken a loan in 2023 after becoming a minister, why not have you serviced your indemnity to the government of Grenada to lessen on the burden there so that you might be able to handle that by the end of 2023? Save yourself having to pay the how much $1 million, but also put yourself in a position where you won't lose your property that you are using as your security in the GDP right now.
Brother Sheldon, because if a man has money in his possession, he should try to break down what he has, right? But then if he refuses to break it down, say, "Well, we done something again." So, Brother Sheldon, go ahead.
All right, my brother. Thank you. 440-7377. Just asking a question, just putting that out there, just asking a question. I don't think anything is wrong with asking a question about that. People ask me questions all the time. Yeah. Look, people trying to ask me questions on the live right now. People ask me questions all the time. I have no problem with that. So in the same way that they're asking me questions, I hope that they ask the minister those questions, because I'm pretty sure when it comes to them kind of thing, yes, you're in danger. You understand? Nice. 440-7377. That's the number to call and get onto the inside. And I think we do have a caller online. Let me see. No, we have a caller online. You see, I do answer private calls. If you want to be private when you call, I'll respect your privacy and not answer. All right? So 440-7377. That's the number for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. Nice. Yeah, don't try that one. We know it's all you that want to try and call and twisting here. Not here tonight. No. Call with all your number. If all you could say something and what all you're saying, everybody go hear it. Everybody's supposed to be able to know which number call and say it. At least I should know according to what you're calling to say. So if you want to call private, I'll respect your privacy. I just won't answer. All right? 440-7377, that's the number to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. So let me see if we're getting a call. Nah, you see, they're still trying to call. Nah, we could fix that, you know. Yeah, we are ways of fixing that. Nice. 440-7377, that's the number.
I have never been one to stand up and speak against wrong. Expose myself to political victimization.
And hearing some things with Calypso competition and so on, you know, but a whole in what hearing so far.
Alright. Give me melody and words and a chorus and I will go.
Because I kind of find it difficult to believe that men, no.
Alone, I would not dare. Oh no. The pleasures of life are all.
Nasha, Christine, Gavin, good night to all of you.
But you want a bold-faced singer? Tell pastor and priest, it's wrong. No practice what you preach, even though.
Don't worry, we will update you another time. Yeah, let's hope that some sort of arrangement is organized or some kind of thing, because we're trying to save the GDP. Because remember, being a sitting government minister, the minister ought not to have received that loan from the GDP. So says the law that governs the GDP, that the minister ought not to have received that loan from the GDP. So with that said, already the loan itself being illegal, when you end up in the situation that now that loan is in danger, if this problem with the taxes isn't sorted out by the end of the year, then we could find ourselves in some dangerous waters there, because you have people that are going to the GDP because they want to send their children to school. Yeah, they're asking for little loans, and so people that want to further their education, and so they're going to the GDP and they can't get it. Yeah, people that want to start medium-sized small businesses and so on, going, asking, being told we don't have money, we can't help. Yeah, but other people was able to go in there and get millions. Other people was able to go in there and get millions. But people that go in for a couple thousand because they want to do this or a couple thousand and they want to do that, they can't get through. All right? And then remember, the chairperson of the GDP is also the treasurer of the NDC. Yeah, so you understand where this thing going. So let's see what happens, because the treatment that is being promised to other people who do not settle their tax liabilities by the end of 2023, December 31st, 12 midnight, 2023. The same has to apply to even a member of the cabinet of Grenada. So let's see if it's only going to apply to other people and not apply to members of cabinet or members of parliament or whoever. All right? Just asking questions, just making some statements. All right? We have a caller. Let me see if I can bring this caller in via the WhatsApp. I know there was a complaint a little earlier about the volume via WhatsApp. So let's see if that problem has been solved. I think we have the call on WhatsApp. Hello, good night.
Shalom, good night. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. Go right ahead, caller.
I called on private because my phone's fully private. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. But just respect people's privacy.
But no, I my money outside. I'm not one of them.
Okay, go right ahead though.
Yes, I just want to know if there is a supervisor supervising Calypsonian Road, and I don't understand what is going ahead, because
no, I've caller, for some reason you're sort of breaking there. I didn't hear what you asked.
I said I want to know if there is a supervisor supervising Calypsonian Road on the Bushing Gang.
Oh.
Because it's like some place keep and some place work. It's like they know who is NNP and they know who is NDC, so they cut with the NNP, they chang with the NNP there, and they cut with the NDC they go. And I say that with no apology, because that is true.
So that's the kind of nonsense that's taking place when it comes to the debushing program now. We cut in by certain people and not by others.
Yeah, sure.
But it's the same NNP people tax money paying for the debushing program as well,
Exactly.
It's
and
not
them is the
NDC
same
people
person-
alone paying for it.
Yes, and them is the same person who used to run up the mouth and say all kind of things. But them is the same person doing. And the gang is one family, mother, sister, father, son, and Holy Ghost. Tell me how that right, Sheldon.
That can never be right.
But I don't care. I turn my own key. I know they're coming from me, but I don't care. I turn my own key. And I will always be an NNP, a green inside, so I don't care. Let it come. Have you yourself a blessed night, Sheldon? I'm listening to the program.
All right, my dear. Thank you.
Don't cut me off when I call on my home phone.
All right. Oh boy. Yes, indeed. 44073. No, you see, even on my own mobile phone and so on, if people call on private, I respect your privacy. I don't answer private numbers. No. You know mine. I should know yours. You understand? That's why I don't answer in general. 4407377. That's the number for us to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. 347-329-3101 if you're in Canada, or if you're in the US, you can call as well. And yeah, the reason I'm speaking about that issue is because I'm meeting people who their children want to further their education. And you're hearing about, arrangement with UE and who could go for scholarships and all that kind of thing. All that is all well and good, And the SGU arrangement, these are arrangements that have been in place for a couple of decades now. So we understand those. But there are other people who may want to, they may have their first degree and they want to go for their masters or whatever and so on. They want to upgrade themselves and they're going and they can't get the loan. And they can't get the loan not based on qualification or anything like that, because in some instances they're being told directly, we don't have money. You just don't have it. You found for other people to get their millions, so some people claim they get under cess. Imagine government minister was getting money under cess. While a government minister, and you are getting money under cess, and it has so many people out there who applied, legitimate guys who doing fishing and all kind of thing, wanted to get the safety gears and get different things together. People who doing agriculture and so on, wanted to expand the operation, wanted to ensure that the operation survived. They couldn't get loans under cess. But a sitting government minister who also received a $24,000 a year salary increase was able to get money under cess. That's what they're telling me. Nah, man. And no, we're not supposed to talk about that. As soon as you talk about that, they want to throw talk at me. Yeah, well, as the right one, throw the talk at me. I don't mind. Throw talk. We have a call online. Good night. Hello, good night. Go right ahead.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Good night. You're alive. Go right ahead.
Good night. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. You go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to ask some questions concerning this present government.
Go ahead.
A few questions I want to ask. And I don't know. First of all, I want to know what is the economic plan that this government have for the development of this country. Have they outlined an economic plan? What is the process of boosting revenues for this country? You must have. I know the NNP had the CBI, but is there a plan in the transformation agenda to boost revenues for this country? I haven't heard any one of them talk about anything like that. That's question number one. Number two, what is the plan for unemployment, to reduce unemployment in this country? I haven't heard any one of them said anything about reducing unemployment. What is the plan for reducing unemployment? Number three, I want to ask the question, what is the government position on the voucher? I know around now, so in the former regime, you had people collecting voucher and going in the stores and collect the stuff for the children. I want to know what is the position on that. Yeah, they're going to do. I want the government to make an announcement that voucher will be given out. No, yes, or they wouldn't be getting, or they will be getting vouchers to go to school. And I heard a caller on GBN said something which I think the reporters need to correct if they really fear. They say in the past, when you give people the voucher, they take it and buy rum and and drink beers, and that's not true, and buy cigarettes and all kind of things. These things go directly to a store, and the store owners would only give school equipment for people who goes back to school. So I want to know the government position on that.
Very
the next
important
question I want to ask. Hello?
No, go right ahead. We're listening you.
Yeah, I want to know the next question is, what is the Prime Minister activities for going out over a week or more from this country, and he haven't reported what he went to do, what is his purpose of going out. I mean, I only hear any going, but I was listening for a news conference where he would have come and say, well, look, I went to this and I met with these people and whatever. What accountability that the Prime Minister have? Why is he just going and not coming and say anything to the people of this country? And the last question, I want to ask, what is the government plan to help develop the youth? I haven't heard a youth program, anything about the youth program in this country yet. Honorable Ron Redhead, I want to know what is the plans you have to help guide and direct our young people and putting them on the right course. I know what the NNP had before, but I haven't heard the NDC with anything yet. So these are some of the questions I would like answer. All right?
All right, my brother. Thank you. What I can say, I mean, I can't answer for government, but what I can say is this. When it comes to the plans to boost the economy, I was listening to their election campaign, and I can't really tell you that there's anything specific that I have heard out of them that is different to what was taking place before, what is taking place now. That, okay, they're heavily focused on CBI. The Prime Minister leaves Grenada, goes to the Middle East, goes to London on CBI conferences. Yeah, who pay for it? Me, no. But he leaves Grenada because if it's being paid for by a CBI marketing agent, and he still is a CBI agent, yeah, and while in charge of the CBI program, something kind of wrong, if a CBI marketing agent or even another agent is paying for you to leave Grenada to go and market CBI outside there, that is wrong. Yeah, fundamentally at all different levels, that is wrong. But they're heavily focused on CBI as one of the measures to bring money into the country. Yeah, they're focusing on CBI and we are seeing what's happening with CBI. In fact, Ralph Gonzalez has just been speaking about that. We have been seeing what is developing with CBI. Seeing it is one thing, but what is being done by the present administration to create other avenues to bring income into Grenada? Are they doing things to expand tourism? Because tourism is the number one earner right now. Are you doing things to expand tourism? Or are you trying to move out of tourism into another area? Are you going back into agriculture in a serious way, in a heavy manner? Considering the limitations that exist, and let's admit that we do have limitations. When you're speaking agriculture in a place, for instance, like Trinidad, where you have miles upon miles of flat land, that means that they can mechanize their agricultural produce. Yes, it would never be as sweet, as tasty, as juicy as Grenadian own, but they could make more of it. Yeah, because they have the space to do it. They have these long tracts of land and so on to go ahead and do it. Right, so they go and they do it there. We don't have that. We're very hilly. Yeah, so therefore we are limited in the volume we can produce. Even recently I was having a conversation with someone in relation to that. Because I remember there was once a juice factory up there in St. David, and it ended up being a situation that they had to look outside of Grenada to get some of the produce to produce juice. Yeah, they had to get stuff down from St. Vincent and so on. You have other agro-processors in Grenada that have had that problem before, that they had to source some of the produce outside of Grenada, right? Which is why what K&Co has done is they did their thing in a way that they would never have to source outside. They made sure they get the land that suited to what they had to do. They had it planted and so on. They have a time frame in which they're working with. They can get their produce and so on. But what is being done? You hear the Ministry of Agriculture talking, oh, we're doing this and we having coconut this, and how much years is it taking for a coconut tree to grow and plant, you understand? But we doing coconut, we doing this, that, the other, and so on. Yes, all well and good. But what is the overall plan? And the caller is right. What is the overall economic plan? Because CBI won't be around for very long again. You cannot depend on CBI. What is the long term, even the medium term and the short term economic strategy for Grenada? Yeah? What different are you seeking to do as a means of bringing money into our country? And at the same time, making us self-sufficient to the level that we're not spending much of our money outside of our country. Yeah? But we're not hearing those kind of plans. All we're hearing is the Prime Minister could dress, eh? You don't see nice. All you don't see is socks. That's the kind of thing we're hearing. But we should be focused on what they're actually doing. The caller again asked about the travels. We're hearing about the travels. The leader of His Majesty's opposition is asking questions in relation to the travels in Parliament and getting the runaround. Because not only do they think that they should not report when they go out and they come back, they do not believe they have to report to anybody. Maurice Bishop used to report to the Grenadian people when he come back. You understand? Even during the revolution, they used to report. But now this government believes that you don't have to report to nobody, so just jump a plane, go, come back. Jump a plane, go, come back. Sometimes they come back and it's like they just touch base here, they just put their foot and they're gone again. So it's not like they're reporting and saying, well, we secured X amount of money under this project or X amount of money they're talking about, oh, they got money from the World Bank. Yeah, that was due to NNP again. The economic strategy that the NNP employed that continued to the end of 2022 is what qualified Grenada for the money that they got from the World Bank there. But they're trying to give the impression that that is, well, we come in and the World Bank, them like us because we're doing right. Are they doing right thing? You all have increased the unemployment rate. Yeah? Increased the unemployment rate and have not put in place significant measures to reduce the cost of living in Grenada. Yeah? But yet still they jump plane every week. Anytime you check, about 4 or 5 ministers gone. 4 or 5 of them on a plane all over the place. Every week. But yet still we're not supposed to ask questions in Parliament to find out, well, okay, who went, where they went, and who paid for it. They keep, basically what they're telling us is that now we business. We too fast. We mustn't know who pay for who trip and all kind of thing. That is their strategy. He was asking about the vouchers. I was listening to the Minister of Education on a program on Sunday, and during that program, he did say that they have gone back to what the NNP did before with the electronic vouchers, that it has been done through the schools. Yeah, it has been done through the schools, and the parents should be hearing something about that either in another week or so. The parents should be, those who are successful, should be receiving that QR code on their, not QR code, but the barcode. They should be receiving that on their phones within the next week or so from the Ministry of Education. They have a system, the same system it was used by the NNP before, where they sent it to the phones, and that was during COVID and so on, when they didn't want too much of the paper and all this kind of thing, right? So they've gone back to that system now, and they are doing it that way, but they're doing it through the schools and so on. You have a lot of parents who are in need. They were never approached. They never knew that all of this was going on. There's a lot of parents who are really seriously in need, not in want, in need, and they didn't even know, yeah, what was taking place, and so it's afterwards they're hearing, right? So definitely they wouldn't be involved. They wouldn't be receiving anything. So when it comes to that voucher program, what I heard from the minister on a program on Sunday was him saying that how the vouchers will be out sometime like next week or week after, whenever. He didn't give a specific firm time frame, but he said it would be out electronically. They're trying to cut wastage. They want to print paper and so on. And the caller is also right when he says this nonsense about, oh, people was taking the vouchers and go and drink rum. That's nonsense. The vouchers were only redeemable at certain vendors. And it's not people who were selling rum. It's people who were selling the items for school. Yeah? So it's a QR code and not a barcode, right? So it's QR code they'd be getting. Somebody just corrected me there. So the vouchers You couldn't take the voucher and go to a rum shop and tell somebody in the rum shop, take the voucher. The voucher is not in the person's name. They can't use it. They couldn't redeem it. Yeah? So it was a case that the voucher could only have been used at those people that were within the system, and these were not people that were selling rum. So that's an absolute lie, nonsense, and whoever just accepted that answer obviously doesn't know what they're talking about. And if you're a journalist, you should at least try to research a bit before going and question someone on an issue. You should try to get some background and research that issue a bit, if that is what took place there. So the caller asked about the accountability. They also asked about the youth, and I've been very, very vociferous in relation to the issue of youth. I think most of last week I spoke on those issues in relation to youth and young people, what we see, because I find every time I walk in somewhere now, I'm only seeing guys with one hand. That's something you'd see in places like Rwanda and them back in the days, the Congo, and them kind of thing. That's where you see this thing where every time you turn a corner now, I know you all seeing it too. You're only bouncing up guys with a one hand. We have a caller. Good night.
Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
The man that called, the last caller there, in like, I heard when the person called GBN, when they call GBN and they say that, but let me tell you, Voyager does not sell rum, you know.
Well,
Voyager
obviously.
does sell it school shirt, vest, and you get like your notebooks and things there. And most people under the NNP, when they give you the answer, they give you to go buy Voyager, maybe you go buy LA Postal, and buy, and some of them Indians too. And them still don't sell rum and them things. So they just wicked people, bad-minded people that want to give some Grenadians the bad name. I heard when this man called Gideon and the anchor man was there. He ain't said nothing. So the man he lie. That is to tell you how bad mind some people is. You understand?
All right.
Voyager and them place does not sell rum.
No, they do
They
not.
don't sell rum.
They do not.
So the man in lie, because I was listening to Gideon in the morning too. You have a lady that says she's a born again Christian. And she just get on. I don't understand. I don't understand this kind of people and them. Afraid these people. Yes, and everything she talk about God. But she just criticizing NNP government. Leave it to God. If they do anything wrong, leave let God deal with them. And I know she ain't doing nothing for nobody. She just give me a neighbor some water. That's what I have to say tonight.
All right, my
And
dear.
before I go, Sheldon, anybody, there's one child, a young man, that passed to go to Happy Hill School. And I know his father very well, struggling. Anybody I could buy 2 shirts for that little boy and a vest or a pair of shoes, I'll be very grateful for that little boy. Okay? Grenadians in Canada, America, England, you could buy it up there and send it down anybody coming down for carnival. Size 14 is the little boy shirt and white shirt. We have to help these people.
Yes, as much as we can.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scott.
All right, my
and I
dear.
want to thank the people, the Jamaican lady and she husband. Thanks very much for your contribution. Thank you very much. All right. Have a good night to everybody.
Okay, Cami. Beautiful. 440-7377. Someone is asking, where is the MP for St. John? I have absolutely no idea. I know that the MP might need a new passport just now because they're out every day, all the time. Them out. But I have never seen them on, for instance, a postcab or something to come and give a serious interview where they're going to face questions and so from the media in relation to what they're doing. In fact, I'm hearing right now that ministers not allowed to speak to the media. That's what I'm hearing right now. Yeah? So I hear, so I buy, so I sell. I'm hearing right now ministers can't talk to the media. Yeah, but you have all of these things taking place. You can't have a minister who is out all of the time and still not reporting as to why they're out. Yeah? And I know some of you go say I'm giving them advice. No, it's not just giving advice. It's we who sending them out there. So they have to come back and report, and there's precedent for it. Because over the years of the New National Party, when ministers went out to something and they came back, they report to cabinet, and then the post-cabinet that you have after that, that minister would report. So you would see former Senator Simon Steele would come and say, well, he went to this climate change forum and so on, and Grenada was able to secure X amount of millions of dollars towards this blue growth project or that green project or that project or whatever it is. Yeah? Or you'd have heard Senator Garway went to something in relation to disaster management and they secured some assistance for NADMA or whatever it is. But at least people came back and they reported to you, their bosses. They ain't your boss. They are not your boss. You are their boss. So they have to report to you. Yeah? They have to report to you. But let me see. I'm pretty sure if I check right now, there's no post-cabinet. Let me see if there's a post-cabinet. Maybe we might get lucky. There might be a post-cabinet. Nothing. Nah. Nothing like it. Yeah? I'm checking to see if there's at least a post-cabinet press briefing or something. And I'm not seeing anything like that. Yeah? I'm not seeing anything like that. So, folks, 4407377. That's 4407377. That's the number to call and get us on the inside of tonight's program. Let me see if I could get that little... Yeah, let me see if I could get that back here.
Your government, they talk of Jesus like it's history. I have never been one to stand up and speak against wrong. Expose myself to political victimization.
One person was correcting here. They said not Voyager, Bargain House. Yeah, Bargain House, not Voyager. Voyager is more the touristy kind of thing. Yes, okay. All right, that's what... Yes, all right. So Bargain House, not Voyager. Nice. You could tell it's not me that does go. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. Let me say a special good night to you, Velma. Hope you're having a wonderful night tonight. Misha, I wonder if you're asleep already. Are you sure you know? But good night, good night. Alright, so remember, just double check, make sure that anybody you all recommended really need. And you would understand by what I mean, really. Next, the parents ain't working, that kind of thing. They have nobody helping them, right? Because you don't want to be giving something to somebody and they have a next one. They say, well, I take any bag, you know, but I go use that one still. And when that mash up, I go use the next. No, we ain't in that, right? Because it might have somebody who don't have none at all and no means of getting any. So that those are the folks that we're trying to help. So when we say who need. So you could message me. Yes, you have the WhatsApp. You can message me and let me know and so on. And then we take it from there. Also, those of you, we are also looking for some adult diapers. Yeah, those of you, I know some of you from time to time. I know my good friend, Springs people. Yeah, I couldn't contact you because I lost your number. Yeah, you messaged me. You had called me as well to collect some. Yeah, and Springs people, yeah, out there in the US. Yeah, to collect some, I know. But I've lost your number. That is the reason I didn't get back in contact with you to collect the ones that you have. But for those of you that do have, I need to get some adult Pampers and so on so that we can, well, diapers. Some adult diapers so that we can help one or two people as well. And remember, tomorrow from 8 p.m. So when you tune in tomorrow, yeah, you may see an intro by me or whatever and thing. And then Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be on tomorrow night from 8 p.m. All right. So he's going to be doing Okay, you're still up. He's going to be doing an interview on some issues of national importance. All right, I don't want to sell what you in and talk about. He's going to be doing an interview of national importance from 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So tune on in. All right, nice. I ain't gonna say what it is. Tune in and find out. Nice.
Call on me. Take my number. Call on me. 617.
And let me say a special good night to the folks listening out there in St. John. I hope that you all are having a fabulous night tonight. Yeah, I know you all have several issues taking place up there, man. Yeah, believe me. I keep getting calls from different people about different things taking place in St. John. I keep getting calls there. We have a call online. Good night.
Lano,
Yes, ma'am.
don't get fed up. I just want to ask one question.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tell me today to go to England now. You have to get some, I don't know if it's a visa or something to go to England. You can just go to England as before.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lady had tell me that he had people there when she said that because of some Russian people that have Grenada passport, the people in England say no, they change up the law. You have to get visa or whatever to go to England. Find out if that is true.
Okay.
You know?
I'll speak on it now. Yeah. What is taking place there is this. The UK has imposed visa restrictions on some countries within the OECS. I think Dominica, and I think there's another one that they've imposed visa restrictions on. Whereas before, people from those countries could just jump a plane and go to the UK, and they go through customs, immigration, whatever, and they go about their business. Now they're saying for those people, they will definitely have to, first of all, apply for permission to enter the UK. So it's basically like a visa, but they're doing it online. And so I'm not sure if there's going to be another component to it that's added by the time that they're ready to roll it out. Have they imposed it on Grenada? I have not seen any documentation that says that it has already been rolled out for Grenada. I could easily play the politics with it and come here and say, yes, they roll it out and Grenada had to get visa to go and all kind of thing. I have not seen anything yet that says that Grenadians have to get that visa to be able to go to the UK. What I can say is that the possibility of that happening is extremely high. Sooner rather than later, even though they're going to roll it out for nearly all countries, the possibility of it happening for Grenada soon is very likely, because one of the things that they're looking at, because they, for instance, they've slapped that restriction on people from Honduras. The reason they've slapped it on Honduras is because of the issue of people applying for asylum. They're leaving Honduras, going to the UK without getting a visa or anything, and when they get there, then they're applying for political asylum, saying that their life is in danger in Honduras and so on. Because the numbers are so high from Honduras, they've slapped that restriction on them. You can no longer, in fact, the plane cannot take these people now unless they have proof that they have that authorization, that basically like an electronic visa. Unless they have proof of that, the plane, they cannot even board the plane to travel to the UK. So there's no chance of them going there now unless they go through the proper procedure. Now, Grenada is heading in the same direction, because the same way that they've done it now for Dominica and so on is the same way they're seeking to do it for other countries soon in the Caribbean region that are doing the same thing. One of the issues has been and continues to be not just having a CBI program, but who are the people that have been getting passports under your CBI program? And we have a caller online.
Hi, Sheldon, good night.
Hi, good night.
Yeah, this visa thing to England, I think it's coming up somewhere around October. But it was on the news. I heard it on the news. And I think it is about October. That is what I heard.
Okay. Which news
So
you heard
find
it
out
on?
more about
Which news you heard it on, though?
All right.
No, I was asking which news you heard it on. Okay, they're gone. Yeah, Because what I did is that I went onto the UK Home Office website. I checked their latest news. I checked all the information from them, and I was unable to see anything that said Grenada now has that slapped on them. I also saw nothing on their website that said that it's going to be imposed from September or October or August or next week or anything like that. What is clear though is that Grenada will have it slapped on us if our government is not capable enough to speak to the UK government to have them hold off on applying that to Grenada. As it is right now, the only two countries who would be left out of that would be if you're a British national, so you're from Britain itself, or you're from Ireland. Every other country is going to eventually have to get it. If Grenada wants to remain out of that, because one, we're still part, and we're still under the crown, we still swear allegiance to His Majesty, the King, and all of that. We're still under that. So therefore, we should receive some preferential treatment in relation to that. Grenadians have made significant contributions to the UK from slavery till now. Significant contributions. There are Grenadians who laid down their lives in World War I, in World War II, and even nearly laid down their lives in Afghanistan and so on, and Iraq and so. There are many Grenadians who are presently in the armed forces, any part of the armed forces in the UK that you look, you could see Grenadians. And as such, if we have competent people, and that is the part that hurts me because we don't, but if we had competent people within the head, and I'm not speaking here the PS and them people and them competent. I know these people work under the last administration. Them know their job. But the lead, the minister himself to be able to go and speak, the prime minister himself to go and be able to speak with them on behalf of the Grenadian people and avoid this being applied to us. That's the problem we have. We don't have competent people to be able to do that. Yeah, that's the problem that we have. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. So the visa thing is true and is not true. It is true that it will come. Has a date been given? I've not seen anything with a date. I can't say that I've seen it. Maybe there is, but I just haven't seen it. But I haven't seen anything with a date.
Everybody knows that many heroes has lived and died among us, but it's only after they get under they seem to get some recognition. But when
I've seen a lot of speculative journalism in relation to the issue. But again, if you are selling passports to the Russians and the Russians are under sanctions, and a Russian with a thing like that, yes, I see the story by the local media and so on, but that's not based on anything that the UK government has said as far as I'm seeing. So I'm saying that if you have a situation, and let me take this call. We have a call online. Good night.
Good night.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead.
Yes. I want to find out, I remember in the LNP days, there used to be a program, like if someone's sick and the medication costs a certain amount of money, LNP office used to help. Someone said continue. You have any idea?
I do not know if that program exists any longer. Not from what I'm hearing taking place out there. It doesn't seem as though it is. Because I know that under the New National Party, people were assisted, sometimes by a minister themselves and sometimes by through the government system, but I am not seeing that right now.
Okay, that would be going on still.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure. I can't say it's not. I'm saying I haven't heard anything about it under this administration.
Okay.
Yeah, so I doubt that it is.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
Thank you so very much, my brother. All right. Yeah, and I'm seeing some people are sending me some stuff from the Bob report. The Bob report is not the UK government. If you can send me something from the UK government that says that, I will be most happy. But the Bob report, GBN, they are not the UK government, which is why I'm saying that I have not seen anything from the UK government that says what they're claiming. All right, I've seen all sorts of articles by other entities and so on, but I've gone to the website of the Home Office. I did not see anything that mentioned Grenada. And if it's any way you're supposed to get that information, it's there. But even in the news section, there was nothing that mentioned Grenada. So I've seen the Bob report, I've seen the stuff from GBN and so on, but I am not getting that directly from the Home Office. You're not hearing the Secretary of the Home Office or whoever. If I'm hearing that from, it's one thing. It is coming. We know it is coming. When it is coming, I don't think there's any specific timeline as to when it is coming that has been announced. Maybe they do have one. Maybe the people inside there, because Grenadians all over, you know. Next thing we have some Grenadian inside there and they send the information out and say it's taking place then. But in the same context, with all of the speculation in relation to that, you would have at least thought that by now our Minister of Foreign Affairs or Prime Minister would have sent out a songbite in relation to this issue to say, well, yes, it's true, no, it's not true, or it is true and we're working on it to see if we can avoid that being applied to Grenadians due to the close relationship between, I mean, we had the British Prime Minister coming to the Caribbean and Jamaica and Grenada, the only two countries he go, the man go there, he come here, and then he go home. Yeah? So it says there is a close relationship between Grenada and the UK. As I mentioned earlier, many of us have family members that are there in the military in the UK. So in that context, and I know of many people who are going up in the next couple of weeks, who are going up in the next couple of months and so on, they're very concerned about this. And if the government was concerned about the people who are concerned about this, they would have at least by now come out and said something substantial in relation to the issue. But again, gag order, none of them can talk. Yeah, none of them allowed to talk to the media now. Yeah, all of them had to hide. They can't talk to the media now. That is what's taking place. But Dr. Mitchell will be speaking tomorrow. So remember, from 8 p.m. tomorrow until, what do you say? What do you say it in Patois again? Yeah, Sakitang Palelo. That's how we just say it in Grenada Patois. Nice, right. Everybody who here tell others. All right, so from 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be on speaking on issues of national importance. All right, so that'll be taking place tomorrow. Looking forward to that one.
It was his only doubt, but on the day he passed away, so many nice things did he say. I had to wonder if it's the same person they was talking about. I don't want to happy your heart, no like candles on the head. No, giving me flowers before I died, no crocodile tears, enough of that heart they shed. I said you giving me flowers before I died, before I died, before I died. I said you giving me flowers before I died.
And you know, it's very interesting. One minute you're hearing certain people in taking part in competition, next thing, and I've been listening over the weekend. I've been listening some of those calypsos. I hear my name in about 4. I think I pick up my name, the name Sheldon or Sheldon Scott at least. And they ain't talking about Sheldon Douglas, me. Yeah, I think I hear my name in at least 4. And as I said before, water off a duck's back, 6 or 1 half a dozen and the other. Yeah, so but it seems as though in order to win the crown, people like Rootsman, you might have to rewrite your song. And you might have to attack Dr. Keith Mitchell. You might have to call my name and say all kind of thing about me. And you might have to attack the New National Party as a political organization. And so that might be the only way. That might be the only way you might be able to win a crown. Because I really can't understand what's going on there. And as I said before, considering what we've heard in relation to the Queen show and the actions and behaviors of the minister, the minister, and other members of the members of the committee, the Spice Mask Committee and so on, from what we've heard of their behavior, it's quite obvious that everything is politically tinted when it comes to our premier cultural event, when it comes to that. Yeah? It comes to the fact that if you're not supportive of their agenda, or if you are not singing things that they want you to sing, it ain't look like you're winning no crown. Because they already start to say who they're giving the crown already, you know. Not who winning it, eh? Notice my language properly. They already start saying who they're giving the crown, not who go in and win it. Right? Nice. We have a caller online. Good night.
Good night, good night.
Good night. Yes, you're live. Go right ahead, caller.
Well, the other Calypsonian will say, go in and sing. You go in and sing in church, you stop singing Calypso, but the money big. So he forget God now and he gone back in Calypso. So let me see what's going on.
I wonder who that one.
John sing Calypso, he give his son the privilege to sing Calypso and them kind of thing. And he will be singing gospel and things.
But that's a good thing.
And he have 20 people in his tent, so you know what's going on, and money big, so they jump back. The government in power. Anyhow, you will listen to what's going on. And you have a real good Calypso for them. Later.
All right, my brother. Say what? That's nothing. 440-7377. That's the number for you to get on the inside. I don't know. One of my computers is just doing some crazy stuff here.
Man, you do have nothing to sing about in 2023. Cause you see that nothing ain't happening right now in the country. All the melee done, the confusion done, the government can do it no wrong. You won't get the opportunity to cry the NDC down. You have to wait for something to happen to compose a Calypso hit. Because I could write a song about nothing, the people go still love it. Because I am the kind of composer who could put lyrics together. Not only about it and kit, I could take nothing and get sweet music. Like when they keep jumping the money and they take back poor people 150, you tell me, why not? Why not? So not because Dr. Mitchell and Delma find yourself in a bitter dilemma. Why not? Why not? And if the PM run out from in finance and he leave Cornwall in a monkey pants, why not? Why not? So if Kit Mitchell say he don't want Peter to be an NP political leader, why not? Why not? I'm singing but nothing, so I hope you ain't digging nothing. This song is but nothing, so I hope you ain't digging nothing.
Well, I could tell you, die nothing if you ain't win the crown, because you really had to.
Man, I find like you're talking nonsense, only stupidness. You don't say you should resign from singing Kaiso and go and go fish by the day. You know how them judges just thief you. Why the hell you went go abroad? Get away from this chain of violence from St. Vincent to Trinidad. Man, you cannot tell me to shut up just because I talking so much. Cause in the days of the NNP, you never asked the scholar to hush. The same scholar used to take nothing and do something to get me chill. St. David's people never started, and I wish brother didn't well. But after one whole year and a few months past, I see poor people still catching their ass. You tell me, why not? Why not? And no matter how much I should have cried, the ruling party won't give her a blind. Why not? Why not? And when they shuffle up all the magistrate, Kinshama to Rinstone grab the bait. But I not. I not. My brothers and sisters in Carrico used to love, but now they are afraid of you. But I not. I'm singing but nothing, so I hope you ain't digging nothing. This song is but nothing, so I hope you ain't digging nothing.
Well, as I said, they're already saying they know who they're giving the crown. But you know, sometimes when we talk on this program, we just cause them to back off from certain. Let me see what will happen. Folks, also remember, Mr. Oliver Joseph, he's on To The Point at, that's going to be at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Responsibility is to keep you reliably informed unapologetically. You may call me a good for nothing. You may say that I'm talking shit. You may even call me a real bad man, but can't be a hypocrite. I was glad people get the pension. We know how much they deserve. And a new vessel for the Coast Guard, so they could better protect us all. People getting money by monthly to boost the economy. No more free handout from the party. You have to work for your salary. But if you think in every Grenadian blind when you're forced to win Martin to resign, you tell me die not. And over the years, I think that the most promotion I see in the police force. But I not, die not. Big NNP man killed in Caribou. All these officers don't know have a clue. But I not, die not. If you let the assailant get away, never let me hear you say, die not, die not. I'm singing but nothing, so I hope you ain't digging nothing. Turn it into something, so I hope you ain't digging nothing.
So I played the tune and, well, that is nothing. 44073. We have roughly about 15 minutes remaining with tonight's program. I know some of you wanted to hear that song, so I made sure I got it for you. I'm not too sure I could play the next tune. I'm not sure I can play tune, the second tune on air. Yeah, because I think it has certain double meanings to it. I kind of afraid to play that one. I know that we have some children listening to the program as well, which is why I want to be careful with some of what is played here, and even some of what is said here. I want to be very careful with it, yeah? So 440-7377, and also, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call. Good night to you, Agnes. Yes, it Agnes? Yeah, I think that's how I would pronounce it. Good night to you, Dr. Dubois. Yes, Gentle Dental Care. A special good night to you, my dear. Dr. Colette, good night to you. I hope that everything has been going all well and okay with you so far. All right? Nice. Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical to play the second song. I have a second song, but yeah, that's for late night play. And folks, as I had been mentioning earlier, I think it's a little too much now. Every time you turn around here, it's like if we're somewhere in the Congo. Because you're seeing a man with a piece of hand here, a piece of hand. You're coming out from Grand Anse, you're going through valleys, one fellow with a piece of hand here, next fellow with a piece of hand there, that sort of thing. Yeah, we are not a war-torn country. It means that we have a problem. It means that people are having issues when it comes to conflict resolution. So if we are having those problems, what is taking place? We're still waiting to hear from the NDC administration and NDC political party. What is their strategy to help deal with this, what we're seeing taking place with our young people in Grenada right now? To identify what the causative issues are, what is causing it, right? What the effects of it are, and what the solutions, not one, what the solutions are to what we're seeing taking place with our young people. It's clearly obvious. You're going to town, you see one pass, fella who you know had two perfect hands just a couple weeks ago, passing in town, hand gone. Yeah? You go down in Grand Anse, you're passing, fella who you know perfectly good, you know the fella riding bike, all kind of thing all over the place, normal, hand gone. Yeah? And then you're hearing this one chop, this one here, that one, all sort of nonsense. It means we have a problem when it comes to conflict resolution. I know previously we had worked along with Mr. Neil Chaitan in relation to the stop and think that he did in the various schools around the island and so on. I know he has been on island within the last couple of weeks and so on. He has been doing some work within the last couple of weeks. We also have been doing our sessions with Dr. Pancho and different things, and there are more things coming up that the new National Party, even in opposition, will be doing to help address some of these issues. But I think that also there needs to be targeting of specific communities where you realize and recognize that there's an issue. Yeah? So if the MP for St. Patrick makes up his mind, and I'm talking St. Patrick East here, because the one from St. Patrick West, well, that one just as bad. But if they make up their mind that they will address the issues that exist between specific communities in St. Patrick, if they address those issues now and try to work along with these young people to bring a resolution to it, they can be saving lives. I'm not going to name the communities, but who know that there are issues between specific communities in St. Patrick right now that must be addressed, that must be dealt with. Because the problems that they're having there, yeah, didn't just crop up just so and you just see man stab man and man chop man and all this kind of thing. There are issues. I remember speaking with some young people years before. We were trying to trace back, well, how the confusion start between two groups. How did that group and that group? And they for themselves, who involved in the fight and want to chop this one and want to chop that one, and anyway they see this one, they want to stone them or bust their head or this kind of thing. They for themselves couldn't even remember how the thing started up between both of them. They couldn't remember. All they know is they're warring with each other. Yeah? So there needs to be some intervention. In my mind, I think that we have an incompetent, not think, but I believe that we have an incompetent, incapable Minister of Youth. Yeah? His advisor is just as bad. So I don't expect much from them. So all of us that can help, please try and help. We have a caller online. Hello? Caller, you're live.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Yes, sir, you're live. Go right ahead.
Right. I want to tell the gentleman a talking point. The reason why the United Kingdom is putting visa on Dominica and it could possibly happen to Grenada is because of the bi-citizenship program they have.
Okay.
And the UK say they don't trust some of the people from the Middle East who is the enemies. So that will get them visa in order to restrict that. So not because of the present government, because of the Mitchell government, they have the bi-citizenship. That's what it is.
But it hasn't been announced for Grenada. It has been for Dominica, but it hasn't been announced for Grenada. Okay, caller is gone. But also, part of what the caller said there is what you expect to hear coming from the camp of the NDC. That is NNP fault, because anything that happens in Grenada right now is NNP fault as far as they're concerned. And you see, it's such an infantile way of looking at issues of national importance that every time something goes wrong, that they try to blame who was there before and they don't take any blame at all for it. It was they, when they came in, that announced that they are accepting Russians under the CBI program. That's what the people had the problems with. Yeah? So it was they that announced that people from Russia and Belarus, yeah, could apply for citizenship in Grenada. All other countries had theirs shut down. Yeah? So if you do see, because again, I'm stating clearly, I have seen nothing. Kellon Bob and the Bob Report is not the UK government. The Bob Report is the Bob Report, Kellon is Kellon. Yeah, Dr. Bob is Dr. Bob. So that's not the UK government. Also, let me just take this call. Good evening, we have a caller.
Yeah, good night, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want the gentleman to know I'm not an NDC. I'm an independent political person. I'm a Grenadian and a diehard Grenadian. And I even living in Grenada. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not blaming nobody, but that's the reason why you're going to be, because of the bi-citizenship. And we must face reality. Face reality. That's what it is.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I'm saying that and I lost my trend of thought. But I was saying as well that I've seen nothing that came out from the Home Office. Yeah? But I'm saying even before it gets to that stage, so you can't wait to the point when it gets to the stage that, hey, we are instituting this on Grenada, because they're not going to call it back. They may review. They may say, okay, in 5 years from now, we're going to review. And in that 5 years, Grenadians are trapped into that. They may review. But it will not be a case where they are going to say, well, okay, we instituted it and we're going to pull it back. They won't do that. Yeah? They'll institute it. Hey, Rommel, good night to you, bro. Hope everything is okay, bro. Yeah, they will institute it and they will keep it there. They may do a review. Countries do review on these things. So they may do a review in 5 years. They may say, we need to do a review. We think that this country is an okay country to let people come in from. That is true. They can do that. Yeah. But as to implement it and then pull it back at the same time, no. So now is the time, before you have anything official from the Home Office there saying this is the case for Grenada, you know that the likelihood is that it will be applied to Grenada. Yeah, you know that that's the likelihood. And it's a high likelihood because it's being applied to every country, not just to Grenada. And I think that's the impression some people got from what was sent out last week. Yeah? That it's just being applied to Grenada. No, it's being applied to even Americans. Yes, Americans will have to apply for the same thing before they're allowed to enter into the UK. My point here is that Grenada should be in the process of ensuring that we are exempted. We should be exempted. So if we are in that process of ensuring that we are exempted, then that's one thing. But if we're just going to accept it, when it happens, you can't get it. Because all countries, by the end of 2024, all, with the exception of if you are a British citizen or a citizen of Ireland itself, all countries, whether you're American, Canadian, you're Vincentian, St. Lucian, you're from wherever, everyone will have to get it by that time. But some countries it's being laid on some countries earlier due to certain things. So we know why it's been laid on Dominica. I've told you why Honduras had it laid on them last week as well. Honduras was hit with it because of too much asylum seekers. You come up to England and then you want to stay and you seek asylum. You apply for asylum. They're trying to kill you in Honduras. So they had too much of that, so they put the restriction on them. So in the case of Grenada, you know that the restriction will come. What is being done to avoid that happening? Yeah? Because the Minister of Foreign Affairs never here anyhow. Never here. Always out. So hopefully, he is guiding a process of engagement with the UK. And if you want help, say you want help, Dr. Michelle could help you. And I ain't saying that as a joke. I'm actually serious. Yeah? He can help. The New National Party can help. So if you need some help, because it's in the interest of all Grenadians, if you need some help, don't be afraid to ask. Yeah? Even if you want to ask quietly, ask. Yeah? Look, last week we were speaking to Mr. Oliver Joseph, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, former Minister of Trade and so on. And up to this point in time, 1 year after, you have never asked a single question of the gentleman. You never asked for any assistance or any advice, anything from the gentleman in relation to anything. There would definitely be things that he was working on at the point in time when he demitted office. You never ask any questions? Come on, man. You all can't be serious with that. Because at the end of the day, it's in the interest of all of us as Grenadians to ensure that we get these things done properly. Not just in the interest of NDC, not just in the interest of NNP, but it's in the interest of all of us. Yeah, the caller, he's not NNP, he's not NDC. He's a Grenadian. Yeah? And he's probably not a fan of the CBI program, but you better know that even England has its own version of the CBI program. Eh? The same England, they have their version of the CBI program. The reason they had their problems before with things like offshore banking and so on. It had nothing to do with crooks and conmen. It's at the fact to do with billions of dollars was leaving their economy and finding itself into poorer countries. Yeah? So they didn't have enough to build a battleship and so as they wanted to build as before, because billions of dollars was leaving there. So they had to find ways and means of closing down those programs. And if they see that people could obtain citizenship in the Caribbean, and again, they would lose loads of money because these people could claim citizenship of St. Lucia and therefore say, well, I don't have to pay taxes in the UK. I'm a St. Lucian citizen, so therefore I'll pay my taxes there instead, which would be way less than what they would be paying off of their earnings in the UK. They would definitely have a problem with that. So you think they want programs like CBI to continue? It's not that the CBI programs are bad. It's because they see it as a threat to them being able to make the money that they usually need to make. Because you could have somebody who's a billionaire. They're living in the UK, but they claim citizenship in St. Kitts. And therefore they file and I don't have to pay taxes as a UK citizen because I'm now a citizen of St. Kitts. Yeah? Because that's one of the reasons some of these people get this thing. So you think the UK would be happy with that and want a CBI program to continue? You think in the case of the US, they would want a program, any of the other countries would want a program like that to continue when they're seeing it as they're losing money? No, they won't. They don't care anything about the countries that are benefiting from it. They don't care anything about those countries, Grenada included. Yeah? All they care about is their interests and their countries. Right? Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out of here.
This song is not about politics. It's about agriculture. I listen the victory speech. I like how they talk and preach. But plan back the clove and the nutmeg. So no Grenadian won't have to beg. Although they brand the NNP, 100% I agree. Cause I am a radical farmer. I like to plant food and ganja. But I decide I ain't taking no up. To go plus no land and fuck it up. I see so many people volunteer.